Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your monthly tarot scope reading for the month of April. Fair disclosure, I was trying to tap into your energy. Mixing the cards, I was thinking about the collective of Sagittarius who's watching, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whoever is Lord to it if you're curious about a Sagittarius and you're watching. And I couldn't find it with my energy, my ethereal energy, I couldn't find a string of connection to tap into your consciousness. I was like, where is it? Where is it? Usually I'm like, where is it? Where is it? I mix the card and tap. I tap into something, into a certain route, and I follow it, and then the cards come out, and then we talk. It kind of starts rolling on its own. Things just come out of me. Okay. Now I didn't find the connection. I was like looking for. No, it's almost like you're walking inside of a hallway, looking for the door to walk into. And you know there has to be a door because it's a hallway. What kind of a hallway doesn't have a door? You're walking and you can't see the door. And you're like, I'm doing everything right. I'm in the hallway. Naturally, it should have a door that leads somewhere else. Where is it? And I'm in movement. I'm not standing still. I'm moving. Where's the door? Where's the window? Where's the turn? Where do I feel in my zone? Where do I feel in my element? And I feel like maybe that was me tapping into your energy of feeling like you can't find the door, like you can't tap into your element. You are a very light-hearted expression of the element of fire. Leo is very specific. Aries is very specific, very dominative in their own realms. They have a very specific way of going about things and an understanding of the self. The Leo have a very strong understanding of the self. The Aries have a very strong understanding of the self. Sagittarius does not. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like it's because you might be more spiritual in essence. Of course, not all Sagittarius are more spiritual than Leos. Of course not. In essence of the zodiac. Because you like to experience more and learn more, thus understanding who you are, what the world is. But it's almost like you feel you've walked through every single freaking door already, and you have experience, and you have learned, and you have gained certain abilities, certain characteristics that you've collected from, from the people that you've met and were impressed by, from the cultures that you visited. And all of it is you, and all of it is yours, but none of it is. And you're like, wait, is all of that really mine? Is all of this really me? Who am I? Kept having in my head, who am I? What am I? What do I want? What should I want? And I feel like this is not you being lost. This is you actually tapping into your element. It feels lost, but bear with me. Your element is the search and the wandering and the growing from the experience and the renewal and keep finding out new possibilities and new aspects of in your range, right? We are all made of scales, and all these scales have different ranges. If the scale of the good and bad, for example, good is here, bad is here, and everything is in the middle. Of right and wrong, of good, of up and down, of smart and stupid, of cautious and adventurous, and all that jazz. And each and every one of us is made of all these scales, and we put ourselves and our character, we put ourselves different spots on each of these scales, and okay, this is me. This is who I am. I am more brave than I am cautious, but I am more smart than I am irresponsible, whatever. And now you're like, okay, I feel like there's shifts. I'm shifting on the scale. I'm like, I'm not sure I'm standing where I thought I'm supposed to stand. Okay, so where am I supposed to be next? Where's the door that leads me to where I'm supposed to be at next? And maybe there isn't a supposed to. There isn't a where am I, where should I be next? Maybe you should be in the hallway, in the very core and essence of your soul that doesn't belong to, that doesn't have a specific character or expression, that is light, that is just an existence with no status, with no headline. And you're like, okay, but what is next? Where am I going to next? Who am I? What am I? How am I? Wait, this is the portal, and maybe the portal, the gate, the hallway isn't just made to be walk to lead you from point A to point B. Maybe it's also a place on its own. Maybe limbo isn't bad. Maybe there's much to be in limbo, much to have within the limbo. Maybe that is where you find your truth self, because in all other places, the points, the A, the B's, the C's, you know, the points that the hallways connect between, those are places where you are some sort of a 3D expression, some sort of self. This is my job, this is where I live, this is the relationship I'm at, this is me. But maybe that's just how we learn, the classes that we go into, that our soul goes into. Now I'm studying math, now I'm studying history, whatever, just to gain knowledge and to evolve as a soul, as a spirit, as a light. So our frequency will vibrate in higher and higher, more gain, like my name, like higher volumes, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. But in true essence, we are not all the classes that we enter. We are not our status. We are not our job. We are not our relationship, our boyfriend, our girlfriend, our apartment. We are emptiness. We are the empty hallway. When you're walking in this empty hallway and you don't know where to turn because you don't see a turn, you don't know where to enter because you can't see a door, you don't know where to look out to because you can't see a window, and you're feeling lost because finally, for the first time, you are not in the experience of the world, but you are inside of you, and that is unfamiliar territory. Have you ever visited you? There's a song, I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. I've been everywhere, but I've never been inside. There's a major shift going on of awareness, and maybe it's time for you, little SAGI, big, wonderful SAGI, I'm sorry, to look inside of you. And maybe that new sense of self will come. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's not supposed to come. Maybe you're not supposed to have this is who I am. I don't do that. I don't like, oh, I'm this and that. I don't know what I am. I change. I'm this in this scenario, and I'm that in that scenario, like water. It's not about being a hypocrite or playing games. It's about tapping into a different essence within you according to the situation. It's nature. When we force ourselves to be one thing at all costs, at all situations, at all scenarios, that is going against nature. That is fake. That means that you don't know what you are as an existence. Your existence is eternal and endless, and you have endless possibilities of character to choose from. To be. Not to act, to play, to be, to feel. And for that, you need to feel life, and you need to feel the lack of it. You need to feel how it's like to be walking in through a door into a room or looking through a window, but you also need to know what it feels like to just be inside the hallway. with no pictures on the walls and no road signs. Thank you, Sagittarius, for bringing this spark out of me. I feel like it's something important for people to hear. Hopefully it was important for you to hear. Now the cards are coming out because I made my case. First card that falls down, King of Swords, but in its harsh expression. Why am I saying it? Because it felt like this and I wasn't sure, is it upright, is it upside down? King of Swords can be a Libra. The expression of it can be very political and pleasant and beautiful and artistic and friendly. And the harsh expression of it can be very brutal and cruel and cutting and warlord kind of thing. Very strategic way of thinking, very sharp way of thinking, very take no bullshit, take no prisoners way of thinking. You are cutting through the bullshit now. You are not taking any prisoners. You're like, I need to find my door through this hallway, and I will break down the walls of this hallway if I have to. Okay. Maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to break down through the hallways, through the walls of the hallway that is actually the prison that you made for yourself. Of what you are, who you are, how you are supposed to be. I don't know. You find yourself within everything I just said. So many of you. Everyone will figure it out differently. King of Swords can also be a partner, a cooperation. I'm not sure yet if it's a good one or a bad one because it came up upright, not upright. Maybe it kind of moves back and forth. Maybe you're not sure. Maybe sometimes it presents itself as such. Maybe sometimes it presents herself as such. But the scales are now starting to tilt, and little by little you will find the door. You will find the answer. Too many cards fell, but I'm just going to take the first one just because it wants to be here. This is the Justice card, which is also the Libra card. It's the higher expression of the King of Swords. So the King of Swords will be the minor arcana expression of the Justice and the scales, and the Justice card will be the higher expression, the Spirit. Decisions need to be made. Lists need to be written. Pros and cons, good and bad. Who goes where? Who stays? Who's out? Who is right for my karma? Who is wrong for my karma? Who serves me? Who hurts me? And am I the good guy or am I the bad one? I don't know, but courts, legislations, people of law, both King of Swords and Justice can represent the justice system. Let's see if it goes in your favor. Some of you are just finding their way inside the hallway. And they're like, okay, this hallway is empty. I'm not figuring out an exit. I don't know where to go. I'm going to paint on the walls and create the world that I'm looking. It's also an aspect of it. Let's see where the narrative takes us to. Sagittarius. Such a harsh energy. Sagittarius, usually you have such a light, sweet energy to you, but I feel like we're going through something. I know a few Sagittarius. Family members, friends. Come on, cards. Tell us more about this King of Swords and of Justice. Whatever goes on in your earthly world, in your daily life, is a result, as above, so below, is a result of karma, of things that you have done, whether in this lifetime or in past lifetimes. This is justice being served. and thus freeing you as well. Okay? So whatever comes with it, good or bad, take it, be humble, breathe, and be like, okay, whether I see the reason, whether I don't see the reason, there is a reason. Trust that there is a reason. It's not just, mundane BS that sometimes we just make a mistake and we, entangle our life and make things complicated. Now, this is a result of something very specific, a lesson to be learned, a situation to be handled. It's also to clear something out very strongly, to allow something very clear in. And it's a very black and white sort of way of thinking, very harsh, very accurate, very like a surgery. Some of you are going through something medical. Maybe you're going into a surgery and you're not sure of the outcome. And if you have a doctor, then they're a good kind of doctor. They know what they're doing. King of Swords knows what they're doing. Justice knows what they're doing. In the medical field, in the court field, in the law, I mean. What else? What else? Cards for Sagittarius for April. Welcome to your monthly reading of April, by the way. More game, in case I didn't mention it. That's it? We're going to have a reading of 2 cards? Or maybe there's more for me that I need to say. We're already 16 minutes in. Don't worry, you'll get more cards. Just kind of aligning in the proper way. I feel real itchiness, edginess, sense of what's going to happen. What's going to happen? Guide us through this, cards, please. King of Pentacles. Okay, so you're definitely dealing with matters of lawyers, doctors, clerks, managers, bosses, something heavy energy of people who have a lot of responsibility on your life right now, that you have to put your trust in them, and it is what it is. But they're very strong. They're coming up very, very strong. King of Pentacles is a very strong character. He knows what he's doing. King of Swords is a very strong character. He knows what he's doing. Either way, justice will be served. The right thing will happen. If this is 2 different forces that a decision needs to be made in between, justice tends to serve justice. The sword will choose the sword, choose its element. So I'm going more with the ideology than I am with the money, right? Who is actually right versus not the one who presents his case better. That's one option. Another option, if you're a divine feminine watching, whether you are a woman or a woman in the body of a man, a choice needs to be made between 2 individuals. Maybe you're going through a divorce because you're leaving one to go with the other. Or maybe you just need to make a decision, or you're in the process of leaving one to the other, that a decision has to be made. And I feel like some of you are going through a process that might linger may have started the end of December, January, and might linger all through October. But the fastest you'll go about it, and the sharpest, and not gonna soak into pity, self-pity, you might make it faster and easier. But this is something you can't avoid. It could be a guy deciding between 2 women. It's also an option, but the 2 can't survive together, one or the other, because the justice comes in the middle. And the Justice has an owl on the shoulder. Wisdom will prevail. The right decision will be made. But the King of Swords is in the past and the King of Pentacles is in the future, so the Earth sign is more in the favor. Some of you are favoring an Earth sign rather than an air sign, or an Earth energy rather than an air energy. Air energy is very analytical, judgmental. Sometimes Earth energy is more stable, more grounded, more containing. Okay. Is there anything else we need to know before I go to the extended part? Because the cards are very, very specific in what they take out. They take out one by one by one. All rise. Let's look at the situation. Let's analyze it. Let's make a proper decision. Two of Swords. Two of Swords speaks of children who hide in their room while their parents are fighting. So I'm thinking the mythological lower layers of the story of the Two of Swords, which resonates with the scenario of the court. Custody issues. But it's almost like you don't really care about the children as much as you care about your ego and who wins. And that's what will lead to your downfall. King Solomon, the wisest king in the Jewish religion and the Bible. He was approached by two women fighting over a child. He's mine. No, he's mine. There was no way of proving which one he belongs to, so he said to the both of them, okay, I don't know who's right. Let's cut the child into two. Each of you will get a piece of the child. And then everybody will be happy. One of the mothers said, yeah, I'll take that. Okay. I'll take half child. The other said, no, no. Please don't hurt the child. Let her have him, but don't cut him. And King Solomon knew the mother who refused to cut the child, who was willing to give up the child just for the sake of his well-being, is the true mother. And he gave her the child. The children will be where they will be happiest. So make sure you are the person that can make them happy. That is if it's that case. If it's not this case, if you are leaving one person for the sake of the other, if you're separating, if you're breaking up, if you're stuck in between two people, and you don't know what to do anymore. The mind is not the thing that will help you determine, because your mind is lost and bewildered and the swords are just taking over. What's next? How do we solve this? How do we solve this headache? Thank you. The Death card. Move away ASAP, immediately from the past. Do not hold on to anything. Cut things out that don't serve you anymore, that aren't accurate. If you think you are in love with two people, John Lennon said it beautifully. If you love two people, choose the second one. Because if you truly had loved the first one, you wouldn't have fallen for the other. Okay? And also the Death card fell on the first king that came out, meaning if there's two, choose the second. And make a very clear cut. If it's court battle over property, over children, over whatever, just give up everything just to be happy, just to live your life, just to be free. The death card says there's no time for BS. Every one of us has death on her shoulder behind us, kind of sneaking and be like, one way or another, one day I'll come and knock on your door. So you might as well live until then. That's the only thing that matters. Be happy, be full, make brave decisions that has to do with living, with happiness and with freedom. Ego doesn't matter. Status doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. Not with this card, not with this. Okay. Very interesting. Let's go into your extended now. Let's see what follows the death card. So we'll take a few more cards to see what follows the death card. Before I show you what fell, I'm going to just finish what I was about to say. We'll see what follows the death card if we release. And then I was about to think maybe ask for karmic lesson, but I feel like all this is a karmic lesson, so you're good. I'm going to ask for, after this, I'm going to focus a little bit on love for the month. And then I'm going to take a rune, one rune. This is something new that I'm doing. I will explain when we get there. This is all part of the extended. The card that came out, that comes after the death card, is the World. A very, very, very final conclusion of a karmic lesson. A very good one where you are high and mighty and above it and free of it. Where you've learned your lessons, you've grown, and you are at your highest potential. You are evolved from this, and you are successful, and you are free. You left everything behind for the sun to rise, and you are in unity now. You understand what and who. You found the doorway. The reason you didn't find the door out of the hallway is because you weren't supposed to search for a door. All you had to do is to look up, see that there is no ceiling, and that you just need to fly. You're not supposed to walk on the ground. You're supposed to be high up in the sky, flying. With your true self, or the world can also mean soulmates, twin flames, there's different versions of whatever, true love. So you cleared one dude, you went into your true dude, you left the past behind, gave up everything that you thought was important just to be free, and now you have reached the ultimate freedom. And this is, the World is like, it's the last card in the tarot deck. It's like the grand finale, not the grand finale of your life, but the grand finale of the potential of your expression in this 3D of a life. It's, you are successful, you are knowledgeable, you are on your path, you are in your element, you are making money, you are doing what you love, you are free, and all that jazz. That's the World card. You see all the elements surrounding them? And death isn't death, it's rebirth, it's life, it's living to the fullest. So there you go. I like this. What a great reading. Damn. All right. Okay. Thank you for this. Now let's go to asking about love and romance for the month of April. So until now, I got absolutely no cards that has to do with love and romance. Here, I'll show you. Time to look at the cards. Come on. I'm yattering. I received cards of karma, of decisions, of justice. And then I asked for love, and before you know it, Nine of Cups falls down. This was the final card also for the prior reading that I made for Virgo. Nine of Cards is a fulfillment of a wish in the emotional realm, in the realm of the heart. Is real love, resonance, same frequency between partners, happiness, joy. This is a more blessed type of a union. Now, again, this is not to say that you will all be with your true, though you know what, Nine of Cups and the World's together, I don't know. Some of you are getting, you know, like you're leaving one thing to be with your true thing, and you might be getting married, or might be deciding that this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. You have this inner, very strong knowing, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is very strong union. For those of you that it doesn't resonate with and it doesn't speak to you, then you're on your path. But those of you that this story resonates with, this is where you're going to. And I'm absolutely loving this. Clarify the Nine of Cups. Okay. This fell down. Ten of Pentacles. How long did it take those to come out, and how fast did it take the love to come out? See, that's what it means. I'll tell you in a second. Okay. Don't worry. Don't be scared. Wow. Okay. All right. So, I feel you had similar cards come up in your last month's reading. To clarify the Nine of Cups, I have Ten of Pentacles. I have the Emperor upside down. The Three of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Why did it take so long for the first cards that had to do with the karma and with the difficulty and with the challenges and with the choices and with the justice to come out? And why was it so easy for the cards for the love to come out? Because once you've settled all this BS, once you went through the death process and put all of this behind you and rose up to the world and really tapped into your true self and the world, that's when you were able, you will finally be able to unite with your true love. Because how can we be with the person who is perfect for us if we are not yet perfect for them? Right? And soon enough comes the Ten of Pentacles, which is another very strong expression of family life, of stability, of relationship, could be marriage. I have here the Emperor in reverse, which I find interesting. Yeah, so when it comes to love and romance, the challenge of the Emperor, he could either be the archetypal male figure in a woman's life in a positive manner, or he can be the negative expression of the archetypical male. What does that mean? If we have, okay, if we think that he has to be like our father, and then they all fail because none of them is our father. One example. Or if we had a very bad childhood with a bad experience with our father figure, then we don't believe we are worthy of someone who will treat us good. We don't even know what it means, so we need to overcome it. It's one of the things that we need to put behind us and cut out. Or if we are a male figure, the Emperor himself tends to try to control the relationship, to be the boss, because he's used to being the boss in his real life, so he confuses work life and practical life. The King of Pentacles has the same problem when he's in his upright. Those guys like this are the same expression. So some of you guys, or divine masculines in a woman's body, tend to take work to your home and tend to think that you can control the relationship and be the boss, be the master, but you don't understand that love requires equality and balance, justice. Once again, evenness. We are the same. We resonate in the same frequency. It doesn't matter what you do in real life and what I do in real life. Our souls are the same. We vibrate on the same levels. Treat each other with equality, with purity of the heart, and not with trying to control. That's the go-to of the emperor when it comes to love. He's so amazing when it comes to work. He's a leader, he's a boss, he supplies. But then in communication, he's kind of harsh and he doesn't know how to express his heart. So guys, express with positive communication. It came out like this. It came out the Ace of Cups, then the Page of Swords, and then the Three of Pentacles. Maybe offers of cooperation that leads to romantic cooperation. Or romantic cooperation that leads to mutual work cooperation. And then it's really important to know how to be balanced and not be like, in case you are working together and one of you is in a higher rank, don't be very cautious to not exploit that, even if you don't mean to. Be on top of it. Be the upright emperor in her life rather than the upside down. Okay? Haha. I love this. Alright, guys. Alright, girls. Alright, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. To conclude, this was your April reading. We are not done. As the finale, I'm going to take out a rune for you for the month of April. I'm very excited about that. I didn't look at the bottom of the deck because it's unnecessary right now with the story. It was very full, very complete, very accurate. Anything else will just throw us off. I know when to stop. Runes. Secrets in Gaelic, Nordic, Celtic, Vikings. They are letters, they are sigils, they have a sound, they have a color, they have a meaning. You can use them for divination, you can use them for energy work. They are the most ancient divination tools as far as I know. And let's see which rune will come out for Sagittarius for the month of April. The rune for Sagittarius for the month of April. EHWAZ upside down. For Virgo, for the former video, I had EHWAZ. It's different. It sounds the same. It's not. EHWAZ versus EHWAZ. This is EHWAZ. And when it comes upside down, I wouldn't get too excited because it's kind of the same as it is when it's upright, as opposed to other runes that have upside down meanings. And this is very much the death card and the renewal and putting the past behind us and tapping into our true qualities, which will allow us to be on our path, on our real path, hopefully with the person that resonates with us the most. It is movement, so it could represent moving around, either moving a house, moving a relationship, moving within oneself, from one door to another, or from the hallway into the sky, to fulfillment. Don't be so morbid. It's the inner change, inner growth, the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. It is the rune of the horse. In ancient times, this rune was used, to channel negative energy back to its sender. They would do something kind of creepy. They would take a pole and put the head of a horse cut off on it. It's very dark work. We're not going there. It's just giving you the story. And they would aim the face of the horse, of the cut off head of the horse. Oh my God. And I love horses. But they would aim the head of the horse. They would stick the stick in the ground, the head of the horse on top of it, and they would aim its nose, its face, towards where the enemy or the person or the community that sends that negative energy. In times of war, they used to do that. They would aim it towards it, thus not sending off negative energy, but having the negative energy that comes towards you being flashed right back to the sender. God forbid that it won't touch you. It wasn't to hurt the horse. It was believed that horses have very magical powers of protection. It represents that. So it can also mean protection in battle or in war or against an enemy, or bringing back to the sender their negative energy. But let's not put a head of a horse on a stick. Let's just be like, turn bad into right, turn black into white, keep the good. How does it go? Turn black into white, return the bad, keep the right. You can also just say that to yourself. If you feel like you want to do an EHWAZ act without ancient creepy rituals, you can simply focus on saying to yourself, turn black into white, return the bad, keep the right. Amen. Have a wonderful April, Sagittarius. Your reading was very interesting and exciting. I love you, and I will see you in May. And thank you for following, and thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting. I read all your comments. Email me for a private session. Because if this resonated, imagine what a private session will do for you. And that's it. Happy spring. Bye.